Oh, my coffee, I forgot. Hey guys, good day. Good day. Hope you had a very beautiful Christ day. And Christ Day to you today. Christ love here. Today I wanna share or talk about the topic of control versus co-creation, and how do we know when it is our mind that tries to create reality, or our soul or heart or life. In a way you can put it free will or personal will versus divine will. And free will is that you are free to believe your mind, the personal will, or surrender and allow and be the divine will. That is the only true will, for sure. And so I get also questions, and of course in my personal life I experienced and have experienced this topic through many different angles throughout my life and journey. How to really be sure that it is intuition that's driving me forward and not a thinking mind. Or when you feel something to do or not to do, or about someone, is it your mind speaking or is it your heart? And really it is not difficult. It is not difficult. The truth is always in the present moment. It's always in the presence, not even the moment. It's in the presence of your being. And it is in the resonance that you feel, the resonance of your heart. It is underneath the chattering mind. The mind can be there and it can comment on the truth. It can comment on life. It can comment even on itself. That's what it does most of the time. And it can seduce itself into taking the roads that are not beneficial for soul, but are for the comfort and the sake of the mind itself. So, co-creation versus control. Co-creation with life itself, being the expression of the Tao, of the life force that we are, versus controlling the reality. And the truth is, the reality is, it is what it is always, including your thoughts, including your emotions, including self-reflection. The reality, the events that come into you, it's done. Including the energies that moves through you to meet that reality. Do you understand? It's not separate thing, it's all one thing. So that is done. That is creation. That is reality. And it's objective. When met from a zero place, the best place, it's always co-creation. Because there is no one to oppose, resist what's happening or have happened. And there is no one to want to change what happened. To want to take, reality is giving you, for example, here's decision. That's what happened. Someone made a decision about something in your life, right? It's done. And there may be someone who does not like that decision or that event. So that like or dislike, that's the mind always, and it's another layer on top of the reality. And if consciousness is being seduced to believe the mind, that energy, that consciousness is pure energy, pure source, it can be fragmented and distorted and may be made into a thought, a belief, a pattern to become a new reality, false reality on top of the true reality. So the true reality is go north, for example. That's the direction that's going. And the mind doesn't like it and it says, no, you need to go south. And you start to put effort and force to oppose the flow of life that goes north. So this is where the separate created object, identity, is trying to oppose or fight the will of God. In general terms, what we know, right? That's the myth of separation, or the story. So why my mind does it? Why character does it? Why it creates a false illusion reality on top of that what is real? It wants to protect itself from what? That's the question. What does it protect? What would happen if the mind would be disregarded and the reality to go north would be allowed? What's the fear? And it needs to be looked and discerned that there is a fear that's driving our actions or intentions. There is a fear, the basic fear of something. What is that? So if you would allow life to take you north, and you just do it. Yeah, there was a quote of Jesus another day that those who know how to suffer do not suffer. And that's so true. So the mind is trying to protect us from suffering, but mind itself is suffering. Mind creating false reality is the suffering. It creates suffering, and us opposing the reality, that's the real suffering. So here came an absolutely neutral decision or impersonal event into our perception. It's impersonal. It does not mean anything about us, even though it may affect the circumstances of our lives, but doesn't mean anything about us. So, okay, what if we allow it? What if we allow that true energy within us to take its course and respond in a true way? What is mind afraid of? What if we do that? What if we follow the flow? What's that? What's that? That's the unknown. Unknown. And mind does not like the unknown. Therefore, it tries to control and create the future, manifest the future, put intentions for New Year. It wants to know what's gonna happen. If it enters in a relationship, it wants to know and write contracts about what's gonna happen. If it starts business, it wants to know for sure that have a plan that it will succeed. Why? Safety of what? To protect our material stuff, flesh. Because we believe that we are bodies. Therefore, we need to protect it. We forgot that we're all gonna die. The body will die. It's just given. We are dying every moment. Bodies dying every moment. No one ever has taken any material stuff with them. No partner, no business, no money. So, why are we so afraid of this unknown? What if the unknown is true creation? It is creation. Unknown is creation. Unknown for whom? To whom? To the mind. Because mind itself is a creation, a created object. Mind is not a source of creation. So how the object of creation can control another object of creation? It's impossible. What if you are the source of creation, the light of consciousness, and it's not, information is not available to your mind what's going to happen, but the energy and that what is unfolding and arising, it knows, it is moving that direction. So why in the whole world we would oppose our own selves, the source of everything, that is the main authority? Why would we ever choose to deny that? Not only deny, but think that we know better how to create our lives. Yeah. It goes to big and small things. Moving to other country, deciding to get retired, quitting a 30 years marriage, choosing a meal, choosing what kind of clothes you're gonna wear. It goes to everything. Am I gonna do yoga today or not? It's always in the now about everything. So the question in the comments was I see someone behaving from the ego. It annoys me. How do I know if that is intuition telling me I should stay away, or is it my ego that does not like and judge another ego? I mean, the answer is in the question. The answer is in the questioner. Things arise. If you have a problem with other people's egos, I mean, the whole world is ego. You're gonna have a hard time living if you don't accept that the world, majority of it, is people running on egos. That's just how it is. But then, what does judge that? Isn't that itself an ego? And we must see that, we must see, okay, this is a poisonous plant. It is seen, and that is enough. That's information for ourselves that stay away from it. We don't need to judge it. We don't need to judge ourselves for staying away from it. It is love. It is following navigation. It is navigation system. The confusion comes that somewhere we start to feel bad or not holy enough, that we don't embrace everyone with loving arms, but on a relative level we don't need to. That would be absolutely sick. That, like, animals have boundaries. And nature protects itself. It develops thorns. Flowers develop thorns and become poisonous to protect themselves. On a relative level, spirit is one. So what? You can't live that oneness on a relative level. It must be just a knowing. And you don't need to tell anyone about it. But it must be your experience. And from that oneness, you make 2 and million and billion into everyone is in the right place then. Everyone is seen for what they are in truth. And at the same time, there is wisdom about the surface level. Always. Because truth, oneness, knows everything about everyone. Nothing is hidden from oneness and truth. Because it is itself. So, all of that, am I coming from intuition or ego? All of that even can be dropped. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's truth? What is the truth in this presence, in this current moment? Do I like to be here with these people? No. That's it. Done. I go home. Do I feel good and nourished in this relationship? Yes or no? No. Am I bad for feeling this way? No. So, what does life tells me about it? Well, leave. Simple. And then mind comes, but what if that, and what about our vacation, and what about our house? That's the mind, that's the fear. So what? Something will happen. Something always happens. Something will sort itself out. Where were you before this marriage? You lived somehow without that marriage, so you managed. You will manage. Doesn't matter. Life manages itself. You don't need to manage life. What's wind? But co-creation is that being the instrument of the divine is being the channel, allowing that what is. Hey Leo! Hey Leo! Hey Leo! Yo, come to me! Yo. Leo! It's getting cold. Yeah, without, interpretation can happen, but we writing in water doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. You, come to me. Come. Come. Oh, too wet. Come say hi. Oh. Yeah. Oh, you're so cold. I love you so much. Yo. Ay, okay. And the more you empower the true place within you, the zero, more you stay there, more you marinate, more you imbibe the body and mind in the truth, the more effortless it becomes. It's like you become the wind of spirit, expression of it. You don't need a thought in order to operate. You don't need a thought. In fact, the body operates so much better without thoughts. It's not thought that gives order to the body to rise up the arm or make tea. It is intelligence, it is awareness, which works so good without the mind, like thoughts. You don't need to get rid of thoughts, but increase the awareness and the thoughts will subside and the chattering will subside. Stay in the heart. I love you. I hope this was of service to you and your discrimination, discernment, staying true, keeping north, true north, facing true north, and happy dissolution of that which is false. Because you are already true. That's the good news. You don't need to become anything. Just remove the false covers. Yeah? Okay. Mwah. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Days. Moments. I love you. Thank you.